Did you know if you're buying a house that you shouldn't make large deposits or buy an extra car or open up any extra credit card accounts? Stick around, we'll give you the insight. What's up, everyone? This is Rico and Courtney Gonzalez, Mr. and Mrs. 757.
Hey.
All right, so you're under contract.
Whoop, whoop.
Things are moving forward. So we've got some do's and don'ts when buying a house. You better listen to this whole thing and don't mess up your transaction. These things are very, very important, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and start with the first do. Do keep all your records in good condition.
Okay, so real quick, let's back up for just a second. Rico just said that you are under contract.
That's right.
But really, this speaks to people who are pre-approved for a loan. Okay, so once you're pre-approved for a loan, these are things not to do and to do while you're in the process of buying a house. Once you're under contract, then we really need a button down on these do's and don'ts. So we're going to walk you through them, but I just wanted to kind of like set the stage here for what we're talking about.
Awesome. Thanks for setting that stage up, babe. My
You're
bad.
welcome.
I just jumped right into it.
Yeah, it's okay. No problem. Let's go.
Let's do it. Okay, so if you're watching this on YouTube or on Spotify and you see us, I'm going to put up the do's and don'ts form up here, and you could take a look at it right there. And all right, so number one, keep all your records in good order. So you're a big boy and you're a big girl now. You're hashtag adulting. You should be putting all your records in good order.
Yes, that means be organized with your information. And I just want to shout out Angie Seabree real quick.
Angie!
Because she put these do's and don'ts together for us. And this is something that we put in all our buyer packets. So to help you stay on track so that you have a positive outcome in the end.
That's right. That's right. So moving on, availability, keep all your financial records close at hand in case updates are required.
Yes.
Okay, financial records. We're talking bank statements. If you have any investments, just know where everything's at. Most of the time they're online. Have all your codes, and if they need something, be available to download whatever and upload it into the PDF. A lot of this stuff is done electronically. They can do it with paper stuff, but electronically is the fastest way to make this loan go through, okay? All right, what's the next one, babe?
Next one is income. And it goes on to say, be aware that underwriters typically verify your income and tax documents through your employers, CPA and or IRS tax transcripts. Hold on to new pay stubs as received. So warning, 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 listen up. These lenders, when you get your pre-approval, have verified your income. They will also verify your employment prior to you closing. So now that you're under contract, they're still at work and you are not free and clear to rock and roll with anything and everything.
So what's that mean? That means that they're going to contact your employer.
Yes, they're going to contact your employer, make sure that you still work there.
Mm-hmm. So don't be lying on the application about this is how much I make or a guesstimate. Try to be as accurate as you can.
Right. And again, they can do this up until closing day. So just keep that in mind, folks.
Up to closing day. Okay, what's next up? Next up on the agenda, gifts. Now, what we're talking about gifts, sometimes your mom or your dad, a family member will hook you up with some extra cash so that you could bring some more cash to the table, closing costs or a down payment. Gifts, if you're receiving any type of gift or money from relatives, they'll need to sign a gift letter. So you can't just be like, you know, Auntie Linda over here gave me $10,000. She has to sign a gift letter that says, I, Auntie Linda, will be giving Rico $10,000 for the purpose of this. Most of the time, the lender will write the letter for you. Well, at least ours will. All you got to do is sign it.
Right. Well, careful with all that, babe.
Approve it and sign it, and also have the gift giver approve it and sign it.
And also, they may even ask your gift giver, which they probably will. I'm not going to say may. They probably will.
They will.
Ask your gift giver to then show statements from their bank accounts. where this money came from. So don't be thrown off or freaked out. If whoever's loaning you the money, they're going to be checking up their skirts a little bit too.
That's good.
So keep that in mind. If that makes you uncomfortable, then don't receive the gifts.
Right. So don't try to even like mastermind this thing and like pull something over on the lenders. They'll catch you. Okay.
Right. So the next one, which I think we skipped over, was assets.
Assets.
And it goes on to say, continue saving income, account statements, keep all numbered pages of each statement.
Yeah. For example, on your, what's it called? Your statements. If it says 1 through 8, even if page 8 is a blank letter, keep that page. They want it. They want to make sure everything is correct and clear, and they are sticklers for stuff like this.
Right.
Okay. Current residence. Due. If you're renting, continue paying your rent.
Please.
Please pay your rent.
Please.
Pay it on time.
Please.
Also, save proof of the payment. And if you're selling your current residence, be prepared to provide your final closing disclosure. So if you sold your property, if you're a renter, don't worry about this. But if you're selling your property, have the receipt, the CD or the ALTA. It's pretty much a CD in order to make this transaction go.
Right. And CD stands for closing disclosure. It's kind of like your itemized receipt or proof of purchase or proof of sale in this case.
And the last thing for things to do while conducting your transaction for the sale of a home is to keep your credit shining. Make sure your credit is shining. Don't mess things up. Continue making payments on time. Your credit report may be pulled again. So just know this.
Yeah. I don't know if you heard him say that. Let's say it one more time, loud and clear for the people in the back, babe.
Your credit may be pulled again. Hey, what's going on? I hope you like what you're listening to. Can you do me a favor? If we're providing value for you, go ahead and hit like, subscribe, or follow in whatever platform that you're listening or hearing this on, and we'll create more content for you. Back to the regular scheduled program.
Yes. So just because you have a pre-approval does not mean you are free and clear to do whatever you wish. And like Rico said, right before closing or during this process, they can pull your credit once more before closing. They're prepared to loan you hundreds of thousands of dollars. So in that process, they want to make sure that you didn't go and, mess things up.
Exactly. So any little thing, any negative change to your credit score could cause you to lose your approval. You don't want to be at the end of the line, just about to cross the finish line, and zoom, they pull you back and we can't buy the house anymore.
Right. So keep your credit shining. That means don't close any accounts, please. Don't close any accounts.
Don't close any accounts.
If you pay them off, God bless.
Just
That's awesome. Congratulations.
I know it feels good to pay off stuff, but leave them open.
Right. I had somebody close all their accounts once they victoriously paid them off.
Hallelujah. And we are debt free. We closed all our accounts.
That also meant they closed that data. So in doing so, that good credit no longer could be used. And they almost lost the house because of it. And then secondly, don't keep your credit shining. Don't go add more new debt. Don't charge anything extra crazy, extravagant. I had somebody buy furniture right before closing. Excuse me. There's so many things that could go wrong. This house is not yours yet. And that almost messed up their loan. Which
goes on to the next thing, the don'ts. Here are some don'ts. Don't apply for new credit, just like Courtney is saying here.
Okay, yeah.
Changes in credit can cause delays, change the terms of your financing, or even prevent you from closing. So this is very serious stuff. Just like Courtney's story with people trying to buy furniture, trying to buy a house, even opening up a Kohl's credit card because you're trying to save 10%. That 10% you're saving from Kohl's cash, whatever it is, can mess up your whole loan and you won't be able to buy a house. You got to rent again or live with mom until you could get this thing done.
Right. And now all the expenses, the home inspection, the appraisal, all the things you've paid for up until now are now money out the window because you can't get in the keys. That's terrible.
It's very terrible. Now, here's a tip. If you must open a new account for some odd reason, or even borrow against a retirement fund or something like that, an IRA, please consult the lender. Sometimes they can say yes,
Right.
but don't assume, because you know what happens when you assume.
Right.
Mhm. All right. What's the next don't, Court?
Well, just an example of that. We had somebody who was in an automobile accident
Oh, yeah.
and
Yeah, yeah.
they
It's a
needed
good
to buy a
example.
new car, but they're in the process of buying a house. So they checked in with the lender. What can we do? What can't we do? And the lender said, you're good as long as you have payments of this much money or less. So they were still able to purchase a car, but with the restrictions that the lender set for them so that they could still be that, so they wouldn't have to live in that car, if you follow me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
All right.
Now, don't take Courtney's advice and think it applies to you. If this happens to you, check with the lender.
Right. Because
Okay.
that's what I did say.
Yep.
They checked with the lender.
Yep. Because everyone's financial makeup is different.
Right.
Yep. All right. So next up, what's the next one, Court?
Don't make undocumented deposits. Primarily large, but sometimes even small deposits must be sourced, meaning it has to have a paper trail.
Mhm.
Make copies of checks and deposit slips to documents that source of that deposit. Cash deposits are not acceptable. If you have money under your mattress, which I've literally had clients with that,
I got $50,000. It's
they
not in the bank.
the lender will not allow you to utilize, they can't use that money.
They need to show a history of where this money's from.
Right.
And you can't give it to Auntie Linda and say, hey, give this to me as a gift, because they're going to check and source that funds too.
Correct. Everything has to have a paper trail. And I have had people with safe money hiding in the safe. And now they want to use that to pay their closing costs. Well, sorry, Charlie, it
That won't
doesn't
work
work
either.
that way.
Yeah.
So, anyways, these are do's and don'ts to help keep you in the safety zone.
So here's a tip. If you are the type of person that stashes money away in cash in a safe or between the mattresses, let your lender know they might be able to work something out. Okay. So that's just that.
Or you might have to wait.
Yeah, might have to wait a couple months.
Right.
They need to show a history of it.
Right. And that would be maybe a 2-month wait.
Yeah. Because they're going to be like, the underwriters going to see, hey, where did this $20,000, $50,000 come from? What is this guy, a drug dealer? We can't loan him money.
Right.
You know, how's this guy get all this bunch of money?
Was this a lot of winning?
Right.
You know, he can't reproduce this.
Yeah. They need to be able to source it. I know you guys have been saving and saving and saving. The best thing to do if you got a chunk of cash is just put it in the bank. Okay.
Right.
One thing we did miss, don't change jobs.
Yes.
Keep your job.
Don't.
Even if you hate your job, wait till you close on the house, then quit your job.
Right. I had somebody one time. I quit my job and now I'm working here. Hip hip hooray. What? You did what?
Congratulations.
But I'm making more money, so I'll get more money for my loan. No,
won't work that way.
It doesn't work that way.
These are guidelines, guys.
Congratulations. Now you have to sit out another year or two.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think they need like 6 months or 2 years of
pay stubs
or jobs.
Employment history.
Employment history is what I meant to say.
Yeah, but even though she went from one job to another, it wasn't the same. So it didn't work out for her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the next one would be liquidate funds without discussing with lender first.
Don't liquidate your funds.
Yeah, don't do none of that. If you need to sell investments, please make sure to contact lenders so that they can make sure you retain all the necessary paperwork and documentation so that that money can now be utilized and counted as such.
Yeah. And they might know some tricks. They might tell you to do a couple things that'll make the loan work and you can still liquidate.
Correct.
They know more than you do. Okay. They know more than I do. Listen to the lender. All right. Next one and last one. Don't ever be afraid to ask questions. Don't assume.
Right.
Ask. Even if you think it's stupid. There's no stupid question. We're talking about buying a house here. Call me. If I don't know it, call the lender. That's it.
That's it, guys. There's your do's and don'ts.
Okay. So I appreciate you guys. If you're receiving some value in this, go ahead and hit the like button, follow, or the subscribe button, wherever your platform you're watching us from. We do appreciate you guys, and stay tuned for more content. Talk to you later.
Bye-bye.